All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a 1v1 matchup coming to you from Northern Isle. We are looking at Lynn spawning as the blue orc on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Happy spawning as the yellow undead on the top right. Thank you, everyone, for continuing to watch, support, like, all of that jazz, social media stuff. If you guys enjoy the channel, please consider subscribing, and, well, hopefully we'll have more news for you guys soon in terms of trying to keep the channel going because, well, I know some of you guys out there, have enjoyed me for over a decade, and, well, hopefully I can be here around a little longer. Anyways, Blade Master Grunt on the move out across the battlefield, going up against a Death Knight Ghoul. I'm going to quickly go after this Ogre Magi 5-4-4 creep camp, which will give level 2. Blade Master, however, on this side of the map, I might need to turn off fog or turn off terrain, trying to figure out where that Blade Master is on an ice map. It just seems a little bit too difficult. Blade Master going to go ahead and try to go after some of these Murlocs on the far side of the map here. So both sides clearing out creep camps. Death Knight has sold that scroll of town portal, and now you also picked up a ritual dagger in order to heal up. So nicely done there. Skeletal minion quickly sacrificed in order to try to heal up both of those ghouls and keep the Death Knight's mana at a much more manageable level. Happy now upgrading to tier 2 here. We're going to see that there is a Blade Master nearby. Death Knight going to summon up some more skeletal minions, make his way, and go after this Ogre Warrior creep camp. Meanwhile, Lynn continuing to clear out some of these Murlocs out here on the map and perhaps try to get to level 2 that way. I believe these two green creep camps will not actually give him level 2, but what can he expect when he's only creeping with a Blade Master and a lone Grunt? Death Knight already pretty much off to the races here, moving around really quickly, and the Blade Master, is it going to get to level 2? Oh wow, it might be right on the dot. Alright, so using a healing salve there, going to go ahead and gets to level 2 right on the money, and now has access to critical strike. Meanwhile, Death Knight now looking to go after this Ogre Magi creep camp. Is he going to look to steal? There's the Dust of Appearance, and he notices that the Blade Master is right there. All right, damage, Death Coil, and who was able to pick up the item, though? That is the question. I believe it was the Blade Master picked up a Circlet of Nobility, perhaps, as the Blade Master is still wandering around there. Death Knight gets up to level 3. He got all of the experience. Ring of Protection +4 could have been the item earlier. I wasn't monitoring that earlier, so my apologies. Early item drops. Well, Ring of Protection +4 for the Death Knight, but importantly, the Blade Master, I believe, has dual Circlets of Nobility, has a Cloak of Shadows. Probably will sell that Cloak of Shadows since, well, Wind Walk is a better version of Cloak of Shadows. Meanwhile, Death Knight holding on to that Ring of Protection and venturing forth. Now, interesting to see the Death Knight using that Ritual Dagger as a way to heal himself, while also perhaps being able to control his mana for later in the game, since the ghouls can be healed off of those skeletal minions and Ritual Dagger charges, as opposed to forcing another 75 mana here. Blade Master gonna go ahead and Wind Walk. What are we gonna see here? Blade Master may try to come from behind Death Knight, wanting to clear out a relatively clear out a creep camp, and not knowing where the Blade Master is. There's some skeletal minions, and oh, Happy's spider sense perhaps sensed that since the orc army was here, that the Blade Master is nearby. Very, very good, just, well, situational awareness and making a good decision there. As opposed to taking a chance, he made an educated guess, I guess you should say, and guessed correctly. Down to the south, Shadow Hunter is out on the battlefield, clearing out some creep camps, while the Blade Master is continuing to harass. This is an old school strategy used throughout the 2010s, where the Blade Master would get to level 2, maybe even level 3, and then the Shadow Hunter would go creeping by itself, since the Blade Master has such easy access to come in and out of dangerous situations, thereby allowing the Shadow Hunter to level up in a piece and get higher up. Nope. is not deciding to do that. Instead, gonna work with the Blade Master. Death Knight now gonna be coming down. Shadowhunter does have Hex. Is he gonna try and Hex down the Death Knight? No, this is just a weird situation, just going back and forth, and both players haven't really committed to a particular style of play in this game yet. All right. Happy is generally the more aggressive player, so I would not be surprised if Happy is the one who tries and does some creeping with Lin so nearby. Shadowhunter currently sitting at level 2, but we do see Wind Riders now taken to the skies. The Bestiary with one Wind Rider and now a Kodo Beast as well. Are we going to see some units get trained up here? Blade Master could come back around. And perhaps where are we going to try and go next? Death Knight, well, still wandering off to the north, and what is Happy doing? Happy is buying time. He is teching to tier 3, getting obsidian statues, and he is buying time for this engagement. There's a Death Coil, quick kill on a Headhunter, level 2 Death Coil, Frost Nova, followed by an auto attack, able to get the job done. And Lin kind of being forced to retreat back here, even though he does have a larger army. Here, there's another Death Coil, there's another Frost Nova, and Headhunters getting headhunted and, well, not surviving these blasts at all. All right, Obsidian Statue now out here on the battlefield will provide some, well, hit points and some mana. Both sides continuing the battle here, just doing a little bit of a dance back and forth as the Death Knight looks to go after this Null Overseer. All right. Well, Wind Rider perhaps can do a little bit of poking. Death Knight gets that experience, picks up a Devotion Aura, and now going to try and retreat back. There's a Hex onto a Ghoul. Ghoul gets taken down. Kodo Beast, is it eating anything? No, it is not. Going to go after these Null Assassins instead, as the Tauren Chieftain now going to be joining out on the battlefield for Lin. Lin does need to get that Berserker upgrade as well. Nope, got the Berserker upgrade as well to try and protect itself from that Death Coil, Frost Nova, nasty 1-2 combination, well, until that Lich gets to level 3. Lich, however, even after all of those kills, or those effective kills, only has 40 experience, so isn't very close to level 2 at all. We see a Dark Ranger as the second, or as the third and final hero for Undead, and he's opted to go for Silence. Death Knight, is it going to try and clear out another difficult creep camp? Yes, this is, well, Happy being Happy. He's playing on a razor's edge and not really committing to any particular style. So Lin's unsure if he should be creeping, if he should be engaging. And Happy just seems to say, yes, I'm going to do this. Doesn't care that an Ogre Magi is chasing him from behind as the Destroyers devour some magic here and is still engaging. All right, there's a Kodo Beast. There's a Stomp. I don't know why the Kodo Beast didn't try to eat a Ghoul. Finally does eat a Ghoul. We're going to see a Purge down there. Kodo Beast trying to stay alive right now, but is completely surrounded. There's a Stomp again. It is going to clean up a couple of additional Ghouls as a Grunt gets taken down as well. All right. Units are falling both sides. Blade Master does have an Orb of Lightning as a way to attack those Destroyers and purge them and perhaps get them stationary long enough to take them out. Meanwhile, we see a Destroyer with, well, we see Destroyer still trying to make its way back here. Are we looking at another low hit point Berserker? There goes another one getting taken out, this time by the auto attack, as the Death Knight could easily get off a Death Coil to finish off another Berserker again. 39 supply compared to 43. Happy has taken the supply lead in this fight here, as the Death Knight and units are just continuing to lead the charge. A couple of Ghouls on feet on the ground trying to cause some problems. Kodo Beast trying to retreat back. 39 supply compared to 43, as the Tauren Chieftain down to 230 hit points, gonna be down to 36, gets taken down at level 1, absorbed a level 2 Death Coil and a level 1 Frost Nova, as Happy now moves over to a different creep camp and is gonna try and, well, extend his lead. 48 supply over 41, 3-2-2 on the hero levels compared to 3-3 and a Resurrecting 1. Not quite sure who has the advantage now. 2 level 3 abilities, but it seems odd. ORC, who generally has some of the best hit points in the game, is just its units are just losing to the Death Coil Frost Nova combination since we had gone for Headhunters earlier. All right, Ghoul is now coming back over to try and engage a little bit of a swarm. 43 supply compared to 49. Scroll of Speed, tactical retreat to try to get away. Tauren Chieftain out on the battlefield as the Stomp does open up for one Kodo Beast to slowly get digested. Another, another Ghoul to get digested. Purge onto a Destroyer. Both sides fighting through. There's going to be a heal there. Blade Master is still somehow surviving a little while, but remember that negative armor really does take a big toll out of that Blade Master. Blade Master currently wind-walking, trying to figure out where to go next. That is a lot of Obsidian statues out there on the battlefield with one Destroyer. The Destroyer is just hanging out there and trying not to engage here, as we're now going to go for a fight. There goes a low hit point Berserker. Blade Master now comes across here, and now 3 Destroyers are up in the air. Death Coil does find one of them, one Obsidian statue trying to hold the army together now, as the Kodo Beast still digesting another unit. Blade Master going to try and double back around. Beautiful use of the tree line by Happy to protect those rather fragile Destroyers from those Berserkers until the Obsidian statue now down as well. Are we going to see another Destroyer get taken down here? Just trying to fly the needle, thread that needle, and head back. All right, let's see. Going to go ahead and fight. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 1. Kodo Beast getting body blocked all the way back home, and it looks like, well, with a Frost Nova, gonna end up falling. Quickly using a rod, nope, not a rod of necromancy. That was the black arrow to gain an additional target here as more ghouls are coming off the line. Happy has been very aggressive with this play. Level 4 now on the Death Knight. Level 3 on the Lich should be next. As we see a Talisman, well, come on, one more attack. Talisman of Evasion there. Lich needing just, 45 more experience to get to level 3. And then, well, those Berserkers pretty much will not stand a chance as long as there's an Obsidian statue there providing mana. All right, Warrior Arachnid going to get cleaned up here. Lich going to get up to level 3 easily. Dark Ranger may even get up to level 3 as well. You saw that Devour magic on those summoned skeletons. Great awareness there, as we're going to see Arachnid get taken down. And, well, Gloves of Haste perhaps on the Lich? Yep, on the Lich. So faster attack there, as we now are also looking at an expansion by Happy at the 12 o'clock spot. Lin perhaps trying to set up an expansion here at the 6 o'clock spot. Has a watchtower and eventually should be getting up a Great Hall as well. We are at Fortress, so Pocket Great Hall could be of use. Trying to get a little bit. They're gonna buy a bunch of healing salves, Scroll of Speed, as we see this watchtower get cleaned up. That's going to be another dead minion. We are now level 3 on the Dark Ranger, so Undead has caught up in terms of the hero level and actually has passed Lin now, looking extremely strong. Acolyte doing a little bit of a dance, trying to move around here as the Blade Master realizes, wait, I don't really want to stick around in this fight. It could be bad news for me. Blade Master dodges that Dust of Appearance as the Tauren Chieftain now charges in. Blade Master getting ready to engage. There's a stomp, but, well, all the ghouls pretty much dodged all of that damage there. Meanwhile, Destroyer is taking to the skies now, as the Berserkers are trying to retreat back. All right, Berserkers retreating back. You see a Frost Nova, you see Death Coil, you see a bunch of whole dead units. There are some Zeppelin Micro trying to save some of those units again, but this is just not working out well. 43 supply compared to 50. Happy looking like he's just building up a larger and larger army. 3 Destroyers in the air. Obsidian statue does get felled, as the Death Knight is now going after the Shadow Hunter. Shadow Hunter is in some serious trouble, and he gets bursted down quickly. Blade Master gets up to level 4, but the Shadow Hunter gone at level 3 is a very big deal. Tauren Chieftain also does not have the ability to attack air. There goes another Destroyer, though. Tauren Chieftain gets up to level 3. 33 supply compared to 42. Blade Master knows that he needs to take down some of these acolytes in order to at least prevent his opponent from constantly getting further and further ahead. We're going to see some damage. No, we are not. Dust of Appearance, Windwalk there more for a faster movement speed, and now going to try and retreat back out. Shadowhunter is sitting at level 3, resurrected, using up a healing salve and perhaps going to use a potion of mana. They're going to try and regather back at the expo and stop this mining. If the mining does not stop, it is just going to be too much as the Blade Master gets another Windwalk strike on an Acolyte and still taking them down. Tauren Chieftain making its way over. No easy way as we see an ensnare and, well, a stomp onto the Lich. Hex onto the Death Knight, a good preemptive measure, but the potion of invulnerability on the Lich meant that there was really no danger. Blade Master down to 159 hit points. Is he going to use a potion of invulnerability as well? Down to 42, dodges that last auto attack, and now trying to go after a couple of those ghouls. Potion of invulnerability only lasts 7 seconds. There's a heal or a level up, and now we're going to see 2 dead heroes, and that is going to be the game. Lyn unable to, well, figure out the game that Happy was playing. Normally, that opening really felt more like a chess match in terms of trying to figure out what type of opening you're going to do. Are you going to creep? Are we going to engage in battle? Are we going to scout? Like, what was that opening? And Happy just constantly pivoted, saying, I'm going to do this, kind of do this. And when he backed away, suddenly Happy was there, like, okay, I'm going to freely try to creep, and slowly through just keeping Lyn's tempo off pace was able to get a hero level advantage and then do some efficient trades, right? Happy poking at those headhunters with that Death Coil Frost Nova had to have been very frustrating for Lyn. Mentally, it seemed frustrating even though Lyn only got 40 experience on the Lich at the time. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.